It was a late July afternoon, the kind where the air itself seemed drowsy, the sunlight pooling in golden puddles across the grass. I was 13, barefoot and sitting on the wooden back steps of my grandmother's farmhouse, shelling peas into a dented enamel bowl. The smell of the earth clung to them, damp and green, and each split pod released the soft pop of its little treasures tumbling free. Beyond the yard, the fields lay wide and still, the wheat heads heavy and swaying in the lazy wind. Somewhere far off, I could hear the rattle of Cicero Miller's old truck making its way down the road, though it was too far to see. Inside the kitchen, the slow creak of the rocking chair marked my grandmother's rhythm as she hummed a tune I never knew the name of, just the low, steady hum that seemed to fill all the corners of the house with a kind of peace. The sun was warm against my shoulders, but the boards beneath me still held the coolness of morning shade. My little sister wandered nearby, chasing the drifting shadows of the clothes hanging on the line. A white sheet swelled in the breeze like a ship's sail, and she laughed when it brushed against her, pressing her face into it as though the fabric could carry her someplace far away. There was nothing grand about that day, no particular event or celebration, just the small, unhurried hours of summer. But I remember feeling something quiet but certain, that this was a kind of happiness not loud enough to announce itself, but deep enough to stay. My grandmother called out through the open window, gently reminding me to save the shells for the compost, her voice wrapped in the smell of cornbread baking in the oven. I didn't know then that childhood would slip by just as softly, without any clear moment marking its end. I thought there would always be afternoons like that, when time itself seemed kind and endless, when the line between myself and the world blurred in the warm air and steady sounds of home. Years later, I would shell peas in my own kitchen, the sound of them falling into the bowl almost perfect in its sameness, and yet different. The light no longer quite as golden, the hum belonging to no one but memory. I've learned that such moments aren't something we own. They are given to us briefly, and then they live on only in the way we carry them forward. And every summer, when the air turns slow and the wheat fields stand ready, I find myself pausing, as if I might catch the faint echo of a distant truck, the bowing of linen in the breeze, and the tender, steady song of someone rocking quietly in the middle of the day. It is enough, I think, to have known it once. It is enough to remember.